say man, keeping my foot off the brakes. Impact, I'm ready to brace.
Welcome to this Jawn Actor podcast. This is your boy Blurdock, and with me as always is Hood Nerd. How you living, man?
What up, G? I'm chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Can't complain. Every day above ground is a good day. But we've been hiatus for a little bit. What you been up to? Since our last episode.
Yeah, man. Life changes, different job, kids growing up, man. Being a family man and dealing with working and being a dad and all that. Just trying to do the best I can. You know what I mean?
Shit, I hear that. Same here. Just been living. You know, same job. Just been trying to figure out, the streaming and podcasting and all that, and other ventures, and what I can do, and stuff that that makes me happy, or some other shit that I want to do. But in the midst of that, a lot of shit has happened. A lot of shit has happened. Not to me personally, but we found out that who some of our friends may or may not be anymore throughout this whole time. This whole shit that's happened since then. Because all the shit that's happening in Minnesota. With ICE and everything that's been going on with that. How do you feel that what's been going on in Minnesota with ICE?
I mean, I feel like it's definitely something that's got to be talked about, which is why we're talking about it on our really not so serious platform,
Exactly.
Because like you, I'm excited to make content
Uh-huh.
and give our opinion on matters that are near and dear to our hearts.
Yep.
And I think, for both of us, this constitutes as one of those matters is, how people are treated, and not just here in America, but everywhere.
Yeah.
You want your government to be a helping force in your life. You don't want to fear that the government is trying to rule over you like some evil villain in
Exactly.
the comic books and
Mm.
pop culture that we've come to love.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's deplorable. I don't think Renee Good, Alex Peretti, I don't think they should have lost their lives in that fashion at all. Um, I mean, we all know that intrinsically as human beings,
Yeah.
you know. So the whole if if having power makes you compromise your morality, I mean, is it worth it? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's not worth it to me,
Yeah.
And you hear all these different sound bites and clips about what's going on. And I do think that, you have to be out there talking about it at this point and doing what you can to fight back against it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to see a lot of people are protesting and doing what they can peacefully. And I hope that it doesn't escalate to a violent place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my definitely condolences to their families, um, and to everybody that's mourning what's going on in our country and abroad.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat. It's all about, for me, it's all about how the people are being treated and the morality of it all, and you know, and it really like you said, we don't really talk about stuff like this, especially with both of us being nerds and wanting to be, free and kind of upbeat and just entertain people in a positive way. But it's just so much negativity happening when we're just like going on our feed, just minding our own business. And then it's like, it's just popping up everywhere and it's kind of hard to ignore it. And this is the type of shit that we used to ignore growing up because it was just, it wasn't that easy of an access to just click on it and just like, we can try to scroll past it, but our interest peaks and just like, all right, let's see what's going on because this is not sounding good at all. And it was just that, it kind of pretty much started with, hell, it happened, kind of started with George Floyd, years ago in Minnesota during COVID. And it was just people, you started to see some people really be like, oh, well, he was a drug addict. So, you know, he should have, basically, he should have been killed, try to justify or try to make excuses on why he died. Or, he had drugs in the system, that's why he died, wasn't the cops. And, that started kind of dividing us. That we're already a divided country anyway, just in general, based off of, slave history. And
And that's one
then,
of the
yeah,
comparisons that's being made,
yeah,
or
yeah.
not comparisons, but I heard someone say it,
Mm-hmm.
and not to cut you off, I
No, no,
apologize.
no, you're good.
Um, but they were talking about like, black people been dealing with this. Like
Mm-hmm.
this ain't nothing new for us,
Exactly.
and that it may be why you don't see us out in droves trying to protest as well,
Mm-hmm.
because in our experience,
Mm-hmm.
that does not go well for us and shit.
It doesn't.
Not not to the point where it affects like real long lasting effective change.
Exactly. And especially when something is already escalated without us actually having, without, or people just even rioting. And it already escalated to this level where people are getting killed. We see that and we're just like, okay, well, if we
White
go out
people,
there, exactly. And they're killing white people. So if they're killing
white
white
people,
people, they definitely gonna kill us if we go out there and try to protest.
they
And there are some states out there like New York and Chicago, or cities out there in New York and Chicago that are protesting. They have to, I guess, somewhat reform Black Panther Party out there.
oh yeah, they got one in Philly too.
Yeah, and then it's like they're out there with their guns and stuff like that, and people try to say, "Oh, why they got to be out here with guns?" Protesting. It's like you guys wouldn't yelling all that
Y'all
noise when
killing
you had
people.
exactly. And then you had what was it? Kyle Rittenhouse out there with guns with the Proud Boys. You guys wasn't saying shit when they was out there with guns,
Not at
but
all.
now you see we're out here trying to protect people with guns. It's an outcry, and then it's like it just
Then you shouldn't have your gun.
exactly. You shouldn't have your gun now. It's like right, you know we can't. Now we got to make sure everybody have their licenses. And that's what happened with Peretti. People was like, well, he didn't have his license. He had a gun. Why he got shot? And it's like, no, if you saw the video, they already detained him
They
on the, or
disarmed the
they
man.
disarmed the man. And the only thing
It
that I
was
can think,
17 of them.
yes, and the only thing that I would give, and still shouldn't have done it, because they should be trained better, is because there was so many men on top of him. The officer that disarmed the gun, all he saw was a hand grabbing the gun. So he decided, oh, I'm just seeing somebody grab a gun, boom, 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 I'm gonna shoot him, and
I ain't
that's
trying to
it.
hear that shit.
Yeah, and
I
that's
ain't trying to hear
that's
it. It's
and
no
that's
excuses for either one.
no,
I mean, let's not forget that these are not the only people that were killed by DHS and ICE agents.
yes,
So I don't want to overlook the other people that
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
killed that
yeah,
was not as televised either. I don't
yes,
have all their names, and
yes,
apologies to their families for that, but
yes,
I don't want to
yes,
overlook them. But
exactly.
no one should be getting shot in the face on
No,
camera.
no,
Nobody should be getting the clip emptied on them
hmm.
on like, especially,
In broad daylight.
I mean, people who were there to do nothing more than protest, which is
Yes,
our, constitutional right.
exactly. That's it. That's all we're doing out there. It's protesting. It's a peaceful protest. But then
Yeah,
they
I don't
when
care
they
if they
said
came from Hawaii to protest. Like
exactly,
all these things they're trying to use to
hmm
discredit these people,
exactly.
it's disgusting.
It is. It's very disgusting, and it's like I had to unfollow a family member because of this shit. He just double, triple, quadruple down on the shit, and was like, and I guess they found out that Alex already ended up kicking the ICE vehicle, and I was okay, so that still justifies him being shot up like that.
Yeah, so they
Still didn't hurt
retaliated.
me. Yeah, so they retaliated, waited 11 days later, and was like, oh, this is a nigga right here, let's get him.
Hmm.
Like, and it's just sickening that people will try to make excuses on why they got killed, or they shouldn't have been out there in the first place. They shouldn't have, maybe they would have stayed in their home. They wouldn't have died. Well, they wanted to help others get protest, or
Hmm.
not protest. They wanted to help others from how ICE is handling and just raiding homes, raiding, you know, jobs or businesses to go grab these people when you initially said you're going out there to grab criminals. Really worried about the criminal. A
Hmm.
nigga working at Whataburger, I don't think it's a criminal.
Yeah, that viral picture of that 5-year-old boy with the cute hat
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on now. What are y'all doing?
Bro, that shit is crazy. And then that's
I
where,
be seeing them snatching women that got on scrubs. I'm like, all these people are
yeah,
going to work regular jobs.
exactly.
Like, are you telling me all of them are moonlighting as cartel
Exactly.
drug lords? Like,
Exactly.
come on, bro.
Exactly, bro. It's like,
Like, that's the crazy thing to me.
hmm
I'm the type of person that always wants to look at the root cause. Like,
yes.
what is causing everybody to believe this brainwashing
Yeah,
for the people who are still supporting this uh, current political regime?
exactly. Like, I'm, I think the only thing I can come up with, and it's mostly, I'm not even gonna put it on all Republicans, because even Republicans are like, yo, Trump, you bugging with this.
Yo,
This is wild. Now I just think it's just the MAGA country. It's the people
mhm.
that just following Trump
It's
to
a
the
cult.
end. It's a cult. It is a cult, and what every cult does, every every figure that they use, the one figure that every cult uses, it's God. And this is like
Hmm.
the biggest thing that they would use, because I've been seeing that too. I've been seeing people now trying to put in, like one of my family members who wants to be a pastor,
Hmm.
which blows my fucking mind. But then again, you see some of these pastors out here also bringing politics into religion, and they're blending it together. And then it's like you try to quote the book, something from the book, but I'm like, but it still does not make sense on why you're still following this man. There's nothing
Doesn't.
about this man that is Christian like. There's nothing about him. I mean, what leader? Because I saw something recently that a family member put. He reposted a video of a black pastor
Hmm.
explaining why he voted for Trump, and he was saying that God puts people in a position to lead, not for, you're not worried about, the benefits. You're not worried about the taxes. You're not worried about food prices or so and so, whatever. He's worried about putting a leader there to follow him. Well, I'm like, well, we're still waiting on that leader, because he didn't put, this ain't it. And,
Hmm.
and how we do things with the voting. And that's what he also tried to put too. My family member tried to put, if it was left up to us, the leaders wouldn't be this great. None of the presidents is left up to us. Like we can vote. They can have a general election where they actually have more voters, but it's the electoral votes, so it's not left up to us,
Hmm.
and that's not God. You know, if you believe in a higher power and believe in God, that's not God putting anybody there. He's just allowing all these things to happen. He's allowing us to do what we
What we
think
gonna do?
exactly. And I'm sick and tired of hearing people say that like God is putting this man in this place. It's like no, He's allowing these things to happen. He said it in the Bible. He's going to allow. Because the last time He did do something, He ended up washing away the world. He didn't want to do that anymore. He was just like, I'm just gonna put Jesus Christ there. You know, pray for your sins, and after that, you guys are on your own. But I will still, still watch over you. And that's it's just it's like when people die, they want to pick apart, either demean them or try to justify why they got killed. Anybody from Charlie Kirk to Renee Good to Alex Peretti, we all sat there and tried to pick apart. All right, well, you shouldn't feel bad for this person because it's what this person did before.
Hmm.
This was, okay, he or she, this kind of the reason why they got shot or the reason why they got killed. And it's like, they still shouldn't have died in the fashion of which and how they died, regardless.
No, and one party or one group of people, I should
Hmm.
say, see it uh, where you know the Renee Good
Yeah.
and like that side of it is like absolutely no, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Whereas that same side of people
Hmm.
may not have been as upset or offended about the Charlie Kirk
Exactly.
because they didn't agree with his ideology and he
Yeah.
was,
Hmm.
a full blown MAGA person, if you
Yeah.
will,
Yeah. Yeah.
and supported that cause.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think he should have died in that fashion either,
No.
despite his beliefs. And I don't
Yeah.
hate anybody who believes in Donald Trump and that party
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not rocking with them right now
Yeah. No.
because what are you smoking on?
Exactly.
Um, got to come up off that. Got
Exactly.
to.
Got to. It's
Like,
just,
got to.
yeah,
Like you said, there's nothing right about it.
no.
Nothing from a religious standpoint, nothing from just a human standpoint. Like I said, we're intrinsically built with right and wrong. I can see it because I got a 2 year old daughter and I have other kids.
Exactly.
And my 2 year old daughter now, right now,
Uh-huh.
when she doing something she knows she not supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
she look at me like, is he gonna say something?
Exactly.
We all know. We know
Yeah.
from there early on.
Exactly.
There has to
Exactly.
be something that would make you subscribe to these crazy ideals
Exactly.
that,
It has to
we
be
need
something.
to deport little children
Yeah.
and these are the people that are messing up our country.
Yes. Yes. Because it is like you said, is like what what point in time did they decide? And I think a lot of it has to do with them not caring about others. I think it's only them caring about themselves. If it's not affecting them directly, for the most part, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, that's human
I got,
nature.
and it is, but I think they're just like human nature to the fullest. Because most of those people end up having money. They're like, I'm good.
Well, I think
I
it
ain't
is
got to worry
a
about that.
basic human nature too, because
Yeah,
like we care about what's going on here in America,
yeah,
but it's shit going on all over the world. You know what I
exactly.
mean? That shit that happened in Palestine
Yeah,
is crazy.
yeah, yeah.
That shit
That shit
is
is ridiculous. And then you have people kind of splitting up between that too. I'm just like, yo, that shit is inhumane. Like, there's
listen,
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This shit is inhumane.
what are we doing in 2026? Because
Exactly.
we have lived a lot of this history already.
Yes.
This is the shit that's led to civil wars, world wars,
Exactly.
like etc. Are we just that shitty at evolution that we just are going to always repeat the same cycle over and over and over again? Like,
Bro,
when does it change for the better? Or when do we just go ahead and kill ourselves off because we ain't learning a lesson?
I know, right? At this point, it's like, you know, Thanos is starting to look like that
Bruh,
shit. That shit actually starting to look like
maybe
you're
you do
making a
need to
good
snap
point.
at these niggas because this
Exactly.
shit's out of
You
control.
need to start over because this shit is insane. And
Insane
it's
in the
like,
membrane.
yeah, and it's like, damn, bro, this is like, if it was this bad, how bad was it when, when God washed the whole world off in the first time?
Oh, it
How
had to be
bad was it?
worse,
It
dog.
had to
Had
be
to be.
worse. It's just
Because it
like,
wasn't even no social media then.
it wasn't.
Like, you had to do some real hardcore detective work to find out what was going on and shit.
Exactly.
And then look, I
Damn.
mean, just 400 years ago, they
Yeah.
enslaved us.
Yeah.
We
They
literally
enslaved
built the
us.
whole country for them.
Yes. Yes, and there's other races too, because there's even like Asian people coming in talking about like, yo, we fucking built the railroad for y'all,
Yo,
and we
straight
did
up.
all this shit for y'all. Y'all literally came over here and stole shit from everybody, from
There was a
every
lot of
race
work,
here. It was a
every
lot of
race.
work. It was like,
A lot
yeah,
of
and
work
then
done for free
yeah, yes,
that made a lot of families here
uh-huh,
rich.
exactly. Got a lot of
Rich
families
for
here.
generations.
Yep, generational wealth off
Yeah,
of everybody that's not white,
exactly.
which is
And
crazy.
I get that these people are the recipients, like these people that are
Hmm.
trying to shut it down and got all the
Yeah,
money
yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then you got
yeah.
all these tech companies that are in on it. And
Hmm.
it really does make you start to think, like, holy shit, this Illuminati shit is real.
Yeah,
There is a
it's,
conspiracy to keep
I
us all
know
brainwashed and docile and
exactly. This is a
underneath
whole,
the boot and shit, so to
yeah,
speak.
whole bunch of shit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, shit. The
This
end of
topic
times
we
gonna
could
be
go
some.
on.
Like,
We could have a whole season of political shit, you know.
exactly. This shit is crazy, and it's like,
But we
and it's
had to
still
mention it.
going. Yeah, we just had to mention it. We're still, still kind of, I guess, still kind of on it. We're just gonna briefly touch on it, like the Epstein files. We don't really know too much about it. I guess they brought out more shit about the Epstein files. And now they did it again. From what I read, they erased or took away the
Redacted.
Trump, redacted it, or took no, skipped the file. They redacted and they took away some of the pages that involved Trump and put the shit back on again. And it's like, yo, why the fuck y'all keep doing this shit again? It's
Bro.
like y'all doing this
We
shit
know
again.
why.
Then exactly,
We know
but
why.
they keep saying, oh, um, we felt like it didn't need to be annulled. You said release all the fucking files, and we didn't. It
All
was
of
like
it.
we didn't. And then they're gonna sit there and say we didn't do that. You don't understand how long it's gonna take, and it's like, so y'all sitting here picking, pages 81 and 82 out of the file and put it out. So obviously you took
They
time to look at the shit.
they have no intention of letting us see
No,
unredacted information
mm-mm.
about what really happened
Nope,
on these islands and
nope,
mansions and with Epstein and all that shit. They have no
no.
intentions on doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I heard something else today about them going and collecting the ballots from Fulton County, I think it might have been,
Uh-huh.
from 2020. So the only reason they would be doing something like that
Yeah.
is to set up for 2026
Exactly.
and trying to say, oh, we don't need an election because they're rigging elections. We need to change the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's crazy because people have been saying this shit has been coming for years.
Yeah.
Any political pundit
Hmm.
with half a brain
Yeah.
and that's on the right side of this thing has been like, yo, they are trying to make this fool a king. They are trying
Yes.
to make us, um, what do they call this shit? And
Dictator.
yes, a dictatorship.
They're trying to
You know,
turn the shit into a dictatorship.
and turn him into an oligarch.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to work here because we already got too much freedom, unlike other countries.
Well, see, America's stupid too.
Yeah, they are stupid,
That's
but
why this fool is popular.
yes, it is. It is real. And then I also found out. I also kind of did a little bit of a research and realized that the only two times that he won was against women. Nobody, America's not ready for women president.
Which they
Soon,
should be
yeah,
because I saw another clip just
yeah,
today as well of
uh huh,
Will Ferrell saying, "Yo, men been fucking it up forever. It's definitely time
exactly,
for women to get their shot
exactly, yeah. Because
because
you
we
guys,
suck.
yeah,
We
because you
fucking
guys are
suck."
worried about their emotions and being involved in the shit. Maybe we need that.
Yeah,
Because with these men, it's especially this nigga here now, his ego is running the shit.
yeah. I
He's
guess it
this.
depends on the woman though, because it
Yeah, it
can't be a
depends on.
Marjorie Taylor Greene
Yeah,
or
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking Christy Nome or
Exactly.
this other chick that I saw that's running for Congress. She was
Yeah, he
talking
can.
about some. This is exactly what we want him to do. Get
Mm.
him out of here. And
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, man. And she
yeah,
was Hispanic
which is crazy.
with a thick accent. I'm like, lady,
That's
you might
wild.
be next. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Oh shit! Yeah, you might be next. That shit is crazy.
Yo, they
But
might
yeah, but
mistake the shit out of you.
exactly. And that's another thing that they've been doing too. They have mistaken off-duty police officers and a U.S. Marshal earlier, or sometime last year. And I'm just like, yo, y'all racial profiling like a motherfucker. But,
Hmm.
but yeah, I just saw that. Like I looked it up and I was like, let me look at the numbers, the total numbers of what the numbers look like in the electoral votes. And against the women, he won pretty handily. Against the men, against Biden, he lost both. Both lost both the general election and the electoral, votes. And it was just like you only won because we are not ready for women. The only fucking reason why you won because you lost. You only beat women. And according to these fucking files, you know, one of the fucking pages said that you ended up smacking a woman. Yo, it said that he ended up. He was getting. They said he ended up because there was a victim saying that she performed oral sex on him. She was 13 or 14, and I guess she ended up biting him. So she laughed about it, and he slapped her for
Who is
biting.
this sniper?
Trump.
Oh, yeah.
They put in the fucking file. It says it's in the file. And the lady said it, and I was like, yo, this nigga's name is in there. They put his whole name in there and everything.
With a
Donald Trump.
14-year-old.
With a 13 or 14-year-old, yes.
Insane, bro.
Yeah, and then now they're
I didn't
saying
see that.
there's possibly murder up in here. They said there's possibly two bodies in one of his ranches, Epstein's ranch,
Damn.
and that the head of security I guess for Trump, kind of relayed the message to one of the victims, saying that you keep this shit up, you're gonna end up as what's that fucking. And I saw it too. That thing where they put it into the not manure, but uh,
Compost.
something like that. Yeah, it was a
Bruh, I
different.
knew it was some corny shit like
It
that.
was some shit like that. You're gonna end up as manure or feed or whatever, and into the for the ranch. And I was just like,
See, that's some.
yo, don't put this nigga away for this shit,
He's
bro.
doing everything he can, bro, because he know
Exactly. He
as
knows.
soon as his presidency is over, they
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Exactly.
They coming.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just. Yeah, that shit is just wild, and
All of it's off the chain right now, bro. I
yeah,
didn't, because, like, I thought if we had a civil war,
hmm,
it would be on some, like, racist shit, like black versus white,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
almost on, like, some prison shit, like everybody would just faction up with
exactly,
with their kin.
exactly.
But this shit about to be on some us versus the government,
Exactly.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's hella crazy, bro. They got
That is.
MRAPs and fucking grenade launchers and shit. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the craziest thing. Like, they had the guy maced with 17 guys around him.
Yeah.
These dudes
And
are ready to do whatever.
yeah. And it's
And it's a
just
bunch of us citizens
mhm.
who ready to do whatever too.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a lot of, and that was another thing I wanted to bring up too. I forgot to bring up is that the ignorance of the MAGA people are trying to talk about ICE. Like trying to remind us that ICE has been here for 20 plus years. We know that already. We have not
Yeah.
once we have not said that oh defund ICE or anything. It was like these agents. Get rid of these agents. Train these agents better. We know ICE has been around. They keep trying to change the narrative and be like, well, Clinton, deported, 12 million immigrants. Obama deported 4 million and all that. I'm just like, and Donald Trump only did 1.5. That's not what we're arguing about. That's not what we're upset about. We're upset about how ICE is using them. If you actually go back and look on how they did it, they kind of did it in a sneaky way so they won't cause an uproar out in the middle of the fucking street, potentially killing people. They would send out mail saying, "Oh, you won this amount of money. Meet us at this address," and then it'd be like a kind of a Chris Hansen situation, the catch a predator
Fuck,
situation, something like
gotcha.
that. Yeah, there'll be some shit like that quietly, so they won't cause an uproar, so they won't try to physically tear you away from your families and shit like that. And then they give you notice too. They give you notice, and if you ain't this shit, it's like, all right, we're gonna come get you. But that's not how this shit is now. That's what we're getting upset about. This shit
And
is,
I've never, like, I don't care what other presidents did it. They never did
yeah,
it like this. It didn't look like
exactly.
this. They weren't
Nah,
having military in the streets of our cities and shit,
nope,
and having little short men talk about this is our fucking city and all this kind of
exactly,
shit, you know?
exactly.
Like, all this macho, tough guy, alpha male
Hmm.
trash from these
Yeah,
fucking Andrew Tate wannabes is just such garbage, bro. It's
it
just
is.
like people that are coming here in large part are foreigners that just want a decent life
Yep,
and they willing to work for it.
exactly.
I think it is the major or the minority
Yeah.
people that are violent criminals.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That have somehow escaped here.
Exactly.
It's far more people that have come here that aren't
Yes.
violent criminals,
Yes.
and
And we and
we
we run
have
into them
plenty
all the
of our
time.
own fucking violent criminals.
Yes.
Plenty.
Exactly. Plenty. Some of the most notorious serial killers are our own people.
Yes. That's what ICE
Our
should be doing.
Yeah.
Getting the guys that we know are doing crazy shit,
Yes. Exactly.
cooking up meth, selling it in neighborhoods,
Hmm.
or
Yep.
killing people, doing
Hmm.
crazy shit, raping people. Yes, if they doing that kind of shit,
Yeah.
okay, I got no problem with you deporting them, rolling up on them, breaking in houses and shit.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to catch those people,
Yeah.
But across the board,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that shit is crazy, and that's what I was sitting there thinking about too. Is like I said earlier, they go into fucking Whataburger and just grab hardworking people. I mean, most of these people that come over, like you said, want to have live a better life than where they are from their own country, because their
and
own
that's
country
it.
living with bad, poverty like a motherfucker, and they come over here and they're like, oh, nobody wants to clean the toilet. I'll do this shit. I also got my cousin will do it. My brother will do the roofing, the contractor, whatever. We'll do all this. This is
Bruh,
just easy work, just and then we'll live in the same house. 8 of us in like a 3 bedroom house, and we'll be cool with that.
chilling.
And,
All of us got A1
yeah,
credit. We
exactly.
out here
Uh-huh.
drinking Modelo's at noon, but we chilling. You know what I mean? Who
Exactly.
cares? Like,
Yeah, and then it's like we're so happy. We'll be like, "Hey, come on, neighbor, you want a plate?" They end up
listen,
offering us plates and shit, and it's just like, yo, they're friendly people, and they
yeah,
just want
super.
they just want to get away from the bad, places that where they grew up and just how, and the crime there are very, very high. They have to worry about their livelihood.
This is what I'm
And
saying. The danger in some of these other countries, not to mention the conditions. Some of them
yes,
still have like flushing toilets and like
exactly.
toilets in the inside the crib and
Yeah.
wild animals and bugs and shit
Mm,
and
exactly.
diseases that they still
Yeah.
can't treat.
Hmm.
Poor healthcare.
Yeah.
Not to mention gangs and the cartels and
Exactly.
drugs and
Yeah.
all the other shit that comes
Hmm.
along
Yeah.
with being a human being. You know what I mean? Like it's
Exactly. Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's just
They get here, they're like,
like,
"What? I'll do all that shit. Y'all got
exactly.
internet,
Uh-huh.
all this electricity everywhere,
Exactly. Like
all these amenities."
a fully intact house, a fully intact
Yes,
apartment, like everything is
yes.
intact. It's like there's no hole in the roof. And, the door is actually locked. And it's like we're safe
I'm
here.
getting paid.
I'm getting paid to do what, and all we gotta do is just work collectively to pay rent, and we're good. And we have more than enough food. We like to cook. We always like to cook. We ain't gotta go out to eat. They get a whole bunch of food, and it's like,
Then you find others in your community that have
yeah,
also immigrated from where you're from.
uh-huh,
Bruh,
yeah, and
like,
like they're happy. And it's like, why would I want to go out in the streets? I'm happy here. And these people, and us as Americans want to complain they're taking away our jobs. We don't want to be cleaning toilets. We don't want to be on
no.
that hot fucking roof and the what's name. We don't want to do concrete, all the other
You won't
contracting
catch
shit.
a black person in any field
Uh-huh.
picking anything.
Exactly.
Anything.
Yeah, you won't even really catch white people doing scrubbing toilets.
Fuck no. You'll see
And you
white
guys,
people farming though.
yeah, farming. That's about it. You'll see them
Yeah.
farming, but you won't see them scrubbing toilets. You won't see them being janitors and shit like that. Like,
No.
the jobs that taken away from other Americans.
That's the fucked up thing because a lot of it is poor versus rich.
Yes.
And if they got rid of everybody of color in America
Hmm.
and just had white people left, the poor
Uh,
white people would still catch hell.
yeah, they would. They
It's
would.
always
And
got to be somebody at the bottom for us.
it
It's so
is.
trash.
It's always somebody at the bottom.
And it's
That's
always
what.
some fucking stupid reason.
Yep. Yeah.
Skin color.
Exactly.
Idiots.
Uh, but yeah, and speaking of, short people with big egos, this is the last of the sad shit or whatever. Also kind of funny and redundant. I guess North Korea, Kim Jong Un. Can I always forget his name? I guess there
I
was
ain't even gonna try.
reports. Yeah, I guess there were reports. Because North Korea, I guess they have a high suicide rate, and I guess you're gonna put it in the law. Basically, if you try to kill yourself and you don't succeed, we're gonna execute you.
Crazy.
I
But fuck.
was like, yo, if they didn't succeed, you're doing them a favor.
You know?
Like
Like
what
they
the
probably
fuck?
mangled.
Exactly. Like what the fuck? Like how does that make any sense? So you think that's going to stop people from like, you know what? I don't want to be executed. I'm not going to kill myself because I don't want to be executed.
You know?
It's
Like what are
like,
you talking about?
so what
You're
the fuck are
doing
you
what they
talking?
wanted to have done and
Yeah,
shit.
when I saw that shit, I was like, I had to read it and like, yo, this can't be for real. And that's what they're saying. It's a rumor about it, and I was just like, yo, that's fucking wild. That you putting in the law and you think that's going to stop people, from doing it. But it's
Yeah.
just but he's a dictator. He wanna he wants people to suffer. He wants people to live and suffer. He don't want people to, because I guess the more people that keep going out, there ain't gonna be shit to do for him. He gonna have to end up, you know, because I guess if you don't have anybody in the country left over who's gonna do all the little hard work and shit,
No, it's like a
for
pyramid scheme for these dictators. They at
yeah.
the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got a bunch of motherfuckers underneath,
Yep.
keeping it all together, and then a bunch of
Exactly.
motherfuckers under them,
Yep.
and then that trickles out into the masses.
Yep.
And next thing you know, you got this fucking huge cult of people that are dedicated to keeping you in power.
Exactly.
And then the people under you come after you. So your kids, cronies, whatever it may be. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, because I know with Kim Jong Un or whatever his name is, his dad was before him.
Yes.
Who the fuck was before him? Was it somebody else in their family and shit? You know what I mean? Was
Exactly.
it grandpa? You know
I
what I
know,
mean?
right?
So it's fucking crazy how long these dudes hold on to the power and the way
Yes.
they twist society into helping them to hold on to the power. Because of course you always gonna have your faction of society that's like, yo, this is tyranny, this is fascism, this is y'all being like Nazis.
Yes.
And then you're always gonna have the fucking Nazis too.
Exactly. Always gonna have. Always. The bad is always gonna be around. For the bad has been around for ages. And
It's primordial.
yes. Yes. So, but that's pretty much all the shit for the sad shit out of the way. Now we can
Absolutely.
kind of enlighten some of
As
the
fuck.
things that's kind of in our wheelhouse. Uh, we got the award season coming up with, I guess, the video game. Well, video game wars already came through. We got sports, happening. Quick on sports. Who do you got for the Super Bowl? Because it's New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about either fucking team. I don't know. I couldn't tell you a player
Yeah,
besides the quarterbacks
I know, right?
on either fucking team.
Yeah, I think yeah, and it
I
and
can't tell
it's
you the head
yeah,
coach, nothing
yeah.
about him.
And I've been hearing the head coach's name. I think the only one I can get is Mike Vrabel
I
and
knew that one.
something
I did know
McDonald.
that one.
Something McDonald for Seahawks, I think.
Got me.
Yeah,
I poorly prepped for this, obviously, because I probably
yes,
should know their names for the segment. But I just wanted to keep it real with our viewers and shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
Um,
yeah, 40 prevalent come to. I mean, these are two teams that we ain't even really pay attention to anyway all seasons. Even though they've been
straight up,
great, they've been great all season. They haven't been televised for us to really watch it, unless the playoffs. And we still don't know their name. We just know they've been a good team.
that's it. I didn't even know until the end of the season that the Patriots had done so well and had like a 12 and something record. I was like,
Yeah,
they've been trash
exactly.
for ever since Tom Brady and them left. Like I had no idea they
Exactly.
were
Exactly.
coming back and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
because I
then the
think they,
Seahawks too. They've been
yeah,
trash for a long time too.
yeah, yeah. After Russell Wilson, it's just like they just been garbage, and they both were bad last year too. Both were bad
Yeah.
last year. Now they're both in the Super Bowl. So I honestly, it's still kind of hard for me to see which team is better. But I guess I'm just gonna go fucking Seahawks. I guess I'm just gonna say Seahawks. I don't really.
I was gonna go with them too, just because
Uh
I like their uniforms better.
Yo, the last uniform I
Straight
saw
up.
was pretty dope.
He's gonna be like, what is he, the girl of the podcast? Like, hold
Exactly.
up, chill out, y'all. I'm just saying, I don't really care with this one. I fucking don't care
Exactly.
who wins this game. I
Yeah, because
really don't.
our team is out, so we really don't give a fuck. We're just gonna watch it anyway because it's football.
And see,
You
my
know.
girl's a Patriots fan, and
Uh
her kids, and
huh.
I mean, this shit
Yeah.
is like they gonna be insufferable.
That's like
They
another
gonna
reason
really
why
be
you going for the
rubbing it
seal.
in.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
mean, I guess I can't, want their team to lose. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh
I care about them,
yeah.
but uh, if the Seahawks win, that'll give me a little breathing
Uh-huh.
room, especially with the kids, because they like to throw in my face that the Patriots beat the Buccaneers
Uh,
this year.
oh,
So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a little petty.
Understandable. Understandable. But yeah, I guess we're going for the Seahawks on that one. Ain't really
Yep.
been watching much basketball, but like I said, the awards season. And I think me and you has touched on this just in general about the video game awards, like uh, what is that? Obscure 33,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Like I've been hearing so many great reviews of that game, but unless you like turn-based games, it's probably not for everybody. But people that love turn-based games, I heard it's a great game.
Yeah, and exactly, exactly that.
Yeah.
Because I tried it,
Uh-huh.
um, and the prologue was excruciating for me. I was like, "Oh my God, the story is long. I'm talking to all these people.
Yeah.
Uh, the action is turn-based with like a little bit of interaction with
Hmm.
like like kind of God of War quick timed
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
button presses, that for parries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, it just wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Beautiful looking game. I
yeah.
bet the story is amazing. I probably would rather see it as like an anime or something. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think that shit would be a fucking dope anime.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of
Yeah.
game that I would play though. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
just
Yeah.
not. I'm not a turn-based kind of guy unless it's like I played a strategy game on my phone called Marvel Snap.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is turn-based. I
Yeah.
like that because I
I
like
mean,
when
you
I'm
got
playing
less
an action
story.
game. But when I'm playing an action game, I want to be involved in the action. Like I want to
Yeah.
be
Yeah. Yeah.
doing this stuff. I want it to be my creativity with
Yeah.
these moves that you've laid out for me.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to have six options to choose from
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I can just do one of those on my turn.
Uh-huh.
That's not my cup of tea.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I will give big ups to that game because it won a lot of awards. I think it won like 8 or 9
Definitely
awards.
props to them. No hate.
Yeah,
No hate.
yeah,
Just not my cup of tea.
and I think I heard it only I believe only 30 people was involved in making that game.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was a small crew of people, like a small
That's
little
crazy.
studio that ended up making that game. It was like it's basically an indie game, but it just got a whole wide variety. So it's like I wanted to give it a shot for that, but I'm just like you, not big on turn-based games.
Me
You
either. And the
know,
story seems incredible.
yeah.
I'll be honest. I would love to just
So
see the story play out.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, hopefully they do like an anime or something with it. I will definitely tune in to that. Um, and another award ceremony that actually recently happened within the last month was, I guess, K-pop Demon Hunter getting a lot of notoriety for
Mm-hmm.
it being a kids show or kids movie
Mm-hmm.
because they're performing everywhere. They perform at the Thanksgiving parade, performing on you know, late night talk shows. They ended up winning a Golden Globe for Best Animated Film, which I don't think they should have won that one.
Who were
Cause
they
they
up
they
against?
cause they were up against Zootopia 2, which
Mm-hmm.
I found out they ended up making like bank in the box office, like over $1.2 billion or something like that, and I ain't heard shit from that movie.
My daughter
And
loves the first one.
yeah, then I guess the second one must have been very good. I didn't hear anything about that movie, but
I
and they
believe
went
it.
up against like is it Elio, something like that. I think it went up to something like that. They go to Disney. I think it was the Disney
I
cartoon.
vaguely remember that one.
Yeah, and they went up against some other. It looked like another little anime, maybe from Studio Ghibli, and it looked
Mm.
interesting. I think I'm going to give that a watch. I can't remember the name of that one. And of course, Demon Hunter or Demon Hunter, Demon Slayer.
Oh, fuck no.
Exactly.
Fuck no.
Ain't no fucking way they should have won
Hey, get the fuck
against
out of
Demon
here,
Slayer.
bro. Hell no.
Yeah, that's how I knew that shit was about popularity. 'Cause that movie was
Absolutely.
not nowhere near as good. Demon Slayer,
No,
and I seen K-pop Demon Hunter, and they had a lot of bops on this. I was
bro.
bumping my head to a whole bunch of fucking songs on there, and it's crazy that the song got on the radio. But Demon Slayer was a way better movie all around.
Agreed, 100%. I don't have can't disagree with that at all because I've seen K-pop Demon Hunter 85,000 times
Yeah,
with the kids and whatnot. I hear the
exactly.
songs every day.
Uh
My daughter says it so clearly now. K-pop Demon Hunter. I'm
yeah,
like, damn, she really liked this. This is her
yeah,
jam.
yeah.
She loves the song. She loves the two songs, Soda Pop
Uh
and the Golden Joint.
Sort of fun.
I mean,
Uh,
they got motion. I'll give it to
yes,
them. They
they
do.
do, they do.
It
But
was not better artistically than that fucking Demon Slayer. Anything, even animation.
yeah,
I don't care. Pick any criteria you want to, you
uh
know, critique these on.
exactly.
I think Demon Slayer wins in every category.
Yes, yes. And the only thing that you probably, make a debate on is probably the music. But that's it. Other than that, nothing. But I mean, I like the music on Demon Slayer
I
better,
like the
but
music.
still,
No, I
yeah,
like the music on K-pop probably better because it's like actual like songs and shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas the music on Demon Slayer is
Yeah.
like a score.
The
You
score.
know,
So the
it's mostly
score,
instrumental. Yeah,
yeah.
the
So
score is definitely much better,
yes, that's it.
if
So
you
that's
ask
the
me.
score is much better. But yeah, that's all across the board is Demon Slayer. So
Yeah,
yeah, they
across the
they
board.
they, they should have won this. That's how I know it was about popularity when it comes to, and that seems like it's how it is with all of them, even with the Grammys, the Oscars, and stuff like that. So with the Oscars coming up, that would be crazy if K-pop Demon Hunter ended up winning the Oscars. Or
It
how
would
popular
be
they
because they
got.
won some other shit, didn't they? Win like they won a Golden Globe, like you just said,
Yeah,
right?
they won a Golden Globe, and I think the Grammys are gonna be coming up soon,
They
very
didn't they win
soon.
one?
I believe they are nominated Grammys for sure.
It's fucking
That's
crazy, bro.
that shit is
They
crazy.
bought
So it's
the
like
trifecta.
exactly. So I'm just like they're probably going to get the fucking EGOT, what they call or well they can't get an Emmy,
Go ahead and give them a
but
Pulitzer too while you're at it and
exactly.
shit.
So they got
Nobel
the
Peace and everything.
Grammy, yeah, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. But now with the a
Sony.
Grammy and the Oscars, I mean that would be phenomenal if they end
That's
up
heavy.
getting it. Cause I'm pretty sure they came in and was like we're just gonna try to make the best movie for kids. Hold on, I think that's a white phone. But if you wanna continue,
A few moments later.
heard you say you had
What
a
up though?
soda pop in your head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my soda pop. You my soda pop.
Yo, that shit go hard.
uh, it does. But yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter. Demon Slayer is better.
Every day of the week.
Yes. We'll watch that shit again when it comes out.
Absolutely. Can't wait to watch it in the crib.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and I should get my wife to watch it too, because she will watch some of the episodes, and you know, she was getting into it.
Let's do it.
So, but yeah, I think that's everything I can think of. I don't know if you have any more that you want to say or any topics that you can think of.
I just kind of want to get like your overall vibe on like the state of hoops at the moment. Like how you been
Hoops.
feeling about the NBA?
I fell off the NBA for a long time ago. I fell
Mm,
off the NBA for a long time ago. I mean, it used to be after Christmas, where it got to a
hmm
point where after Christmas it was like, okay, it's gonna start getting serious. But then it's just like now it's after the All-Star break. It's gonna start getting
hmm
serious because
hmm
everybody want to do load management And, can kind of blame it on Pop, Greg Popovich a little bit. But his reason was to rest his older players for the playoffs, towards the end of the season. And now players want to do it like first game of the season and shit. And just like, the fuck? You don't want to do a back to back? And it's like, and just they try to make a case about, injury. That's the reason why we're trying to take rest and stuff like that because the injuries at an all time high. And it's like, you guys have advanced medicine that the guys in the 80s and 90s did not have.
Hmm.
And these guys was taping up their ankles to play every game. Jordan played 82 games, I think, every season except one, maybe two. And you guys are complaining about 82 games is too much. And it just, it's, and these are the most athletic basketball era that I've ever seen. But
Hmm.
the toughness is not there. Nobody, everybody's finesse now, and it's just kind of lost. And the NBA Cup is pointless, fucking pointless. I hate the NBA Cup. Don't do anything for the NBA. Like you get incentive. You know, Imagine seeing the banner up there. If they did, I don't even know if they did one or not, and just like, oh yeah, we won the NBA Cup, NBA tournament game mid-season. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. I don't even know who won it last year. I don't even know who won it this year. I think the Knicks won it, or I don't even know.
Only the players care because they get a
Yeah,
little bread and all that,
exactly. Yes, I think it's like five
and
hundred
it makes
thousand
them
for the
play a
winner.
little harder.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, it was something that they tried, to
Yeah.
reinvigorate the product or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I asked the question, I definitely wasn't expecting uh, like a, I guess, overview of the NBA. I mean, but I did ask it in a very general way when I should have just asked what I wanted to ask,
Uh,
which is, did you see that clip of LaMelo Ball and the Musma or Musa dude where he like pushed off did the little shimmy shot shit, dog? Did you see
bro,
this? Have you seen this going viral?
I seen the one with the voiceover. It's like, oh my God, boy, stop.
Yo,
Yo, that shit
not the
had me.
voiceover.
Yo, have you seen that? You didn't see the
No,
voiceover?
bro.
Bro, that shit had me fucking weak. It
Yo,
was like, oh my God, boy, stop. Come on, girl,
yo. I guess my
Uh,
question is because I like LaMelo Ball.
yeah, yeah. I grew to like him. At first, I thought he was not going to make it because how he was at the freshman high school, just cherry picking and just thinking that he was the shit, and his head was
Mhm.
going to get too big. But he saw what happened to his brothers and was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I need to do. I wanna make a name for myself, and I have my dad fuck this up for me. So,
And his
go
dad
ahead.
was real hard on him too. So I think his
Yeah.
dad definitely helped shape like where
Hmm.
he's at now.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, I like all the ball boys. I do.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm rooting for them as a family.
Uh huh.
And you know, there's a lot of like stuff that us as men
Yeah.
and people do
Hmm.
where we'll classify something as zesty.
Yes.
And you got the pauses game going on
Uh,
now and all that stuff.
exactly. Exactly.
Is there anything that you can do as a man that is safe, especially now, today and age, where they got the cameras and like, you know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
everybody is safe in their own self.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everybody knows whether they're straight or gay, and like being gay
Exactly.
is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not something that you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the fact that this shit went viral and that
Yes.
he's catching hell.
Uh-huh.
and like it definitely looks the part. Like the
Yes,
voiceover
it did.
looks like it matches.
Uh,
The smile on, I've never seen a nigga smile that big. I have never seen it. That nigga smile. He be hard in all the
like,
interviews. Like I see
yo,
him laughing and having a good time and shit, but
uh-huh.
his smile was
But
like,
then it's like, what was really going on between them? What was being said for him to be that cheesing that hard?
bro. And then having the shirt halfway up didn't help.
Yes,
It just was a real bad look. It was a
it
real
was.
bad look.
It was.
But not really
Uh,
because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with,
yeah, there's
you know what
nothing
I
wrong
mean.
with it. It's
If he were to be, I
yeah,
know it's not accepted yet in
yeah,
professional sports,
uh-huh.
really.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but can you do anything? You know what I mean? Like you really
Yeah,
can't do anything,
it's
bro.
really nothing you can really do now to
And
be
I mean, you
safe with it.
really go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was saying there's really nothing you can really do to be safe because it's, especially if there's no context with it. It's like, yo,
Because even
I just,
silent, that looks bad. It looks rough.
yeah, yeah, even silent that look bad. It's just like, yo, why's he cheesing that hard? Like,
Yo,
what got to be that funny? Because
why you
it's not
flailing
like,
like that?
yeah, I know. It's like, why is he wailing like that? Like, what? Because there gotta be, ain't no joke for him to do that, and then you just like, pushing up like this. What is the context behind that? And it just, it just a whole bunch of shit. Like, and it's funny that you say that because there was another clip that with no context, if you don't know the Batman world, and I saw this clip, and uh, it was a Batman animated, I believe it was Batman animated series, but it was just a small clip, no context, and there was the guy sitting down and Batman standing next to him. He was like, "Yeah, one of Joker's girls squirted on me." It's like, get this man to the hospital. It was just like, like with no context, it's just like, hold on, especially with the world
What?
today, that people are just like, yo, is that a bad thing? Or what do you mean? But it's
Yeah,
like, with no context, or especially with no context, there's gonna be a lot of things that people will be questioning, like, that don't look right, or that don't sound right, or something like that. It's just,
a lot.
especially in today's world, when a lot of things get cut off, and you don't see the whole thing, or they just catch it in the moment.
Yes, you can turn pretty much anything into something a little zesty.
Exactly.
Just like they were doing to Carl Anthony Towns. Even though,
Uh,
much like LaMelo,
uh,
it didn't look good.
oh shit! Wait, there was a new car Anthony Towns one. 'Cause I know they do a lot of him like flopping whatever. They do a little voiceover, and it was just like,
There
oh
was a
my god.
newer one. I
Uh
can't
huh.
remember. Like, there's a picture and everything, and it made his wife go off a little bit, or his
Damn.
future wife, the girl he
Uh
about to
huh.
marry or whatever. I
Yeah.
forget her
Yeah.
name. Um, she evidently, I don't know. This could be. You never know if shit is real or
Exactly.
fake that you see on the internet anymore. But I
Yeah.
saw something that said she had to like a little post about it,
Uh
like
huh.
stop calling my nigga gay. I guess
Yeah.
because he been catching hell for a long time
Exactly.
about that shit. And
Yeah.
there was one recently, um, and then the Lamelo one don't help because it just
Yes.
makes people revisit the Carl Anthony Town ones and shit.
That's crazy.
I wonder if
Yeah, I don't.
Lamelo can come back from this.
Yes. Yes, that's how is he gonna come back from that shit? Is he gonna come back? That's because
I
that
think
one
he
was
will.
crazy.
It is crazy,
But
but
oh
I think he
yeah, I
will.
think it's just everybody move past you and just like all right, you become a little bit of a meme, whatever for a little bit. Then you're gonna find the next one. So that's
Unless
all it
it's the
is.
next one is him and that dude again, then he should be all
Exactly,
right.
exactly. So
That dude is crazy. Sorry, my G. I don't know your name.
yeah,
I've been out of the loop a little bit too.
yeah. I don't know the dude's names. I don't even. Yeah, But yeah, it just him cheating so hard is what captured that whole moment.
Bruh, the smile is like,
Just wow, it's
when
like
is the
yo,
last time I've been that happy and shit? You know what I mean? Because holy shit.
exactly, exactly. That shit
That was
was,
that was Glee.
bro,
Nigga, that was
uh,
like Christmas morning or some shit.
exactly. That was just he was happy. That was man.
That shit
But
is
yeah,
crazy.
but I mean, hey, I did say finesse. I'm not sure. I'm not, too happy, too ecstatic about how finesse basketball has became, even though it's very skillful. But we don't get those. What try to do, body him up. Or whatever. We don't get those. We get a lot of that
And I mean, I
down.
think that's why you get so many more injuries too. Because like you said, they the most athletic generation ever.
Yes.
They jumping out the gym, they
Mm,
crossing real quick, they running real fast.
yeah.
Like they just doing so much more than them guys were back in
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
'80s, '70s,
Yeah.
'90s. I'm not saying they didn't have phenomenal athletes back then.
Yeah.
Just saying that I think there were fewer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I do not believe that everybody was operating like they were known.
Yeah, yeah, it's just everybody. Yeah, it's just, and that's what I always believe too. Cause the comparison of the eras or whatever. It's like
And the game wasn't like that
because
either.
yeah, the game wasn't like that back then. Because if Bob Cousy, like even me, try to play Bob Cousy right now, I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah,
Like that's just how it was back then. But I just think the determination and work ethic on the workout regimens that they had at the time who excelled. And that's why you had the greats at that time because they excelled and every generation excelled trying to be great in
yeah,
whatever workout regimen that they have. So it escalated each generation of basketball players. And
yeah.
like even now, if you had a Michael Jordan back then with this workout regimen now, with his mindset, he's trying to become the best. And that's how he ended up becoming the best at that time.
Yep. I mean, I'd love to see prime Michael Jordan against Julius Erving, but we
Yeah,
don't know what that fucking looks like. We have
exactly.
no idea. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
Or Steph Curry against a Bob Cousy. You know, who wins
yeah,
that in their prime?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
would those old players adapt to the game the way it is now, or
Exactly.
was their game just more about fucking you up and getting to the cup and working from the inside out
Exactly.
or the outside in, I should say?
Yeah.
Because now the game is about working from the inside out.
Yep. So just the games have changed, and I just focus on the mentality of certain players, on what they did in their era, and how they the impact that they had on their team because of their determination. And that's
No,
why that's why I think like LeBron James is physically the most gifted basketball player I've ever seen in my life. Somebody that big and that at that size doing what he does. It just that his mentality didn't have that impact that Kobe and Jordan had. It's like, yo, just give me the ball, get the fuck out the way. If you guys ain't gonna do nothing about this, give me the ball, get the fuck out the way. Handle it. And he has that capability of doing that, and that's why it always frustrated me about LeBron for so many years. That you have that capability of doing this, and you didn't do it as much as you needed to until you got to like Miami, and Dwayne Wade had to kind of beat that in you. Be like, yo, nigga, you 6'9", 260. Niggas can't stop you. Take that shit to the
hmm
rack, bro.
hmm and I mean, when LeBron does that, he is pretty successful.
Yeah,
I just don't think that's been his like.
yeah,
I
that's
think that's just not his game. It's not against
no,
who he is.
there's not.
I think I watched his documentary too,
Uh-huh.
and the coach he had from a very young age was all about playing basketball the right way.
Yeah,
And when you learn that, but you got his skill set, how do you break it? It's hard as shit to break the things that happened to you as a child.
yeah, yeah,
Teachings, shit, anything.
Yeah, yeah,
How do you stop having that mindset when you are literally the most dominant player on the court and could take over whenever you want? I
yeah,
think his mindset is what's helped him with his longevity.
yeah,
Um, I think that's why he's been able to stay around so long because he's like, no, I'm not going to be doing everything. And
yeah,
yeah, fuck that. I need some teammates. I need some help. I think
yeah,
he had enough of that in
yeah.
Cleveland. I think he tried it for a while in Cleveland and said, hold the fuck up. Y'all got me fucked up in
Yeah.
here.
Uh,
Like, I love Anderson Varejao, but get me some
uh,
fucking help, bro.
yeah, yeah. And then it's
And you
like
got,
when he did get the help, it was just like I think it was just too late for him to get that mindset.
yeah, yeah.
It was like he won some, but then it was just like you still got that same help and dominant players, but now it's almost like now you're getting a little too complacent.
I don't think
And
so, Doug. That's the thing. That's another part of his longevity. Like,
uh,
the dude has a routine that's kept him being the player that he's been since he came into the league.
okay,
Like, even now, you know what I mean? Like, for a guy 41, I'm 42,
yeah,
my nigga, going up and down the steps, I'd be like, holy shit,
yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
get my life together.
yeah,
This dude is
yeah. I
still
mean,
running up and down the
yeah.
court, dunking on fools.
Exactly. And I will give him that, and I will give him the longevity, but
But that's mindset, too.
yeah, that's a mindset. But like I said, I think it's also me being biased too, and Jordan, and then him also LeBron trying to pull on over the years, trying to pull on Jordan's cape, trying to make a case for himself and why he thinks he's the greatest player of all time. Also kind of bothered me too, and it was just like, nah, you're not there. I don't think you are there because of what you think happened for one series. Because you came back on the Golden State Warriors and being down 3-1. You lost 6 championships, my nigga. I would say five, even if that I would. Some people don't even want to count the first one that you lost to with the Spurs. I mean, you took a team over there, but you still lost so many championships, and you had that, and you was on a weak East for so many years and went to the final, and that's an accomplishment. But you just couldn't get over that hump
I
five,
think
six
this
times.
I do think that this is the perfect way to close our show
Uh huh.
because it's still early in our careers here
Yes.
in
Yes.
casting.
Uh
And
huh.
now people will absolutely know what side of the debate we fall on.
Yes.
You believe Jordan is still the greatest ever, and I believe LeBron has surpassed him. And that's just always going to have to be a debate that I guess we
Exactly.
revisit like every
Exactly.
other show in the world
Yep.
because
Exactly.
we all gonna have our points. We all gonna have our reasons why.
Yep.
And like I said, I'm 42, so I got to see a little bit of Jordan.
Uh,
I mean, I feel like Jordan is like more iconic.
yes.
He's like the fucking Michael Jackson of
Yes.
basketball, like bitches and little kids falling out crying and dying when they see him and shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
anywhere in the world they know his name. Like
Exactly.
that was Jordan for basketball,
Uh huh.
and he put basketball on the map,
Yeah.
which is why people still consider him the greatest.
Mm.
I can see that. I can see that ideology. But just from the game's perspective, just basketball, the stuff LeBron has done has been incredible.
Yes.
And I do not know if Jordan could have matched it with the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you give Jordan the Cleveland Cavaliers in his prime and they never get him a Scottie Pippen,
Hmm.
he got Ilgauskas.
Yeah.
Is Jordan getting 6 championships? Is he getting even 3 back to back with that team? I
Mm.
don't fucking think so. I think he loses some championships too. I think he goes to some championships, but I definitely think he gets whacked around by some Lakers and, some of those teams out there in the West, the Spurs, that were dominating during the time that LeBron was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
At the pit, not to mention the Pistons in the East, and then the
Hmm.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Like it was just a lot going on where I don't see Jordan coming out of that
Yeah,
never
and
having losing a championship. I just don't
yeah,
see it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I see your point, and I see your point on that. But
I
I
get
still
it.
believe that Jordan still would have pulled it off because yeah, he had Pippen, but people don't realize Pippen was only like a 15 a game scorer. Yes, he was helped great defensively. So with Jordan, people have to realize they was only scoring, averaging 80, 90 points a game. And it was, defense, it wasn't 100, 100-point games and stuff like that a lot in Jordan's era. And, yes, with the help of Pippen, LeBron had the help of Kyrie, Boss, Wade, and ended up losing. I mean, because one of
Whenever
the
he had
points,
help, he won more than he lost, though.
yes, but he still lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who really only
Listen,
had
that was
Dirk
magic.
Nowitzki.
And
That
Dirk
that
Nowitzki is a Hall of Famer.
yes, and
I
that's
mean,
one
that's
guy
like
though. That's one
no, it
guy.
wasn't
You
one
had
guy. Come on now. He had
Chase,
Michael
Jason,
Finley still.
Michael Fin,
He
yeah,
had
old
he
old
had
Michael
fucking
Finley, old
yeah.
Jason
That's still
Kidd,
a you had he had
and
a
you,
veteran team
yeah, he had a
of really
veteran
good
team.
players,
Yes, and you
really
had
smart heads up players against
yes,
a young team with younger players who hadn't been as tested. And
uh,
Dirk just took over. Dirk was fucking
yeah,
unstoppable.
yeah, he
They
was
had no
unstoppable.
answers for him.
Yeah, and Jordan, I believe Jordan wouldn't allow that to happen
I do not
with
believe
the
him.
Hall of Famers that he done went up against.
Unless he could have beat
Took away.
Udonis Haslam's ass to make him play better defense on Dirk Nowitzki and shit, I don't think Jordan would have done anything different because
uh,
I love Udonis Haslam, but he was out there
uh-huh.
getting used and
Yeah.
abused,
Yes.
and it
But
was
that's
rough.
yes. Yes, it
I
was.
watched
But
that series.
you had LeBron and Wade and Bosh. And you couldn't do anything against JJ Barea. That's what pissed me off about that series. Like, come on, LeBron, really?
Bro,
You don't bully that
bro,
little nigga, man.
bro, come
That's the kind of
on.
shit that pissed me off. It's like
Listen,
I'm sitting there rooting for the Mavericks because didn't really like care for LeBron or whatever how he did everything. I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, and that actually pissed me off with LeBron did. I was like, yo, you serious? You better take his ass to the rim, bro.
you
Like
do
you
got to
look,
take JJ Barea to the rim, but JJ Barea is small and stocky. Sometimes stocky guys surprise you and shit, bro.
LeBron.
Thinking maybe like unmovable, you know.
Yo, he was 100 pounds heavier than him. JJ Barea was 175. LeBron was 270, bro. I was like, there's no excuse for that. That kind of pissed me
You
off
ever
there.
you ever have a dog underfoot?
A dog on your foot?
A dog underfoot, like you walking through
A
the
dog
house
underfoot.
and the dog is like at your feet and you about to
Uh,
make a turn and the dog doing some shit and you like, oh man,
yeah,
what the fuck? And almost trip
yeah,
over the dog.
yeah.
That is probably the same scenario that LeBron was faced with
He
the
could have
defense
backed
that
him down.
JJ Barea was
He
playing.
he was right there. He knew he was on his back, and he just could have backed him down right there. Just took him over and like, just get out the way, little nigga.
Maybe the
All he could
moment
have
was
done.
too big for him. I don't know.
Maybe it was. It was, but
I don't
that's
have any excuses for
yes.
that particular series because I
Uh
do feel like that was magic. Like the Heat
huh.
should have won that, and
Yes.
that would have
Uh,
really cemented LeBron
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
That would have probably made it a little bit better
yeah,
for like the people who still want to have Jordan above him. But in
yeah.
my eyes, once he
But
hit
then,
the 40,000, and
yeah,
now he
I
about
mean,
to hit the assist shit,
yeah,
second in
and
assist,
that's
and the
and
longevity
that's
and all of
and
the all of it.
that's all great because if that was the case, we would have crowned Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest of all time.
And some people still
And
had him as that,
yeah,
even when Jordan was done with
yeah,
his career.
yeah, and
Some
then you
people still
have
had Kareem.
yeah,
My
and
uncle, he
then
a Kareem
yeah.
fan.
Yeah, then you have people saying Bill Russell is the greatest of all time. How many titles he got?
I gotta
So
get
I
that
just
shit out
think
of here.
it's yeah. I just think is for me is and I don't think it's partly on LeBron too because he played in a weak East. He played in a very weak East for so many years, and why he was able to get to the finals. because I even looked up like the records from the East of his time and the records of the East of Jordan's time. And the records of the East of Jordan's time, people forget Cleveland Cavaliers was actually a good team. During his time, the Miami Heat was actually a good team during this time. And the Atlanta Hawks, you had Dominique Wilkins. You had he went through a whole bunch of Hall of Famers on going to the finals, which LeBron didn't really have that many Hall of Famers going up against
Stop
in
it.
the East. Because
Stop
the
it.
East was weak. You can do the research. I can even do the research for you. And I looked
He
at it and I
couldn't do
was like,
shit in the East until he got to Miami.
yeah, until he got to Miami.
So the
And
East couldn't
even
have been
and
that
even
weak.
then, yeah, and then even then, it was like you still lost the last championship to the Spurs, and that was the aging Spurs team.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I don't see Jordan doing. Now, maybe with that Heat team, I don't think Jordan loses to Dallas.
Nah,
Maybe. I don't know. Because how do you play Jordan and D Wade at the same time effectively?
yeah,
They like the same fucking player. I don't know. I don't know, dude. That one I can't
yeah,
explain. The Dallas one is an aberration.
yeah,
Everything else they did, they were supposed to do. And they got a big win over Boston, which I thought that was huge.
yeah.
And they
It
beat
was
the
a big
Spurs
one.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
They beat the Spurs, and then they lost. Then they lost to them the second time.
yeah. So I don't
So
count his time there as a complete failure. I
no,
think he did what he had to do, and
yeah,
under a lot of pressure too, because you coming into the league out of high school, getting compared to Jordan,
yeah,
and you just live up to the hype every single time.
yeah,
Deal with all the hate, deal with all the comparisons.
yeah. It's the
You
same thing
are
Kobe did too. Yeah, that's the
Kobe,
same
but
thing. But Kobe
Kobe had
wanted
a
to. Yeah, he has
had
Shaq,
Shaq,
so he has Shaq,
so
and
they got
then
a.
but then when they got Lamar and what's the name, it
That's
was like
also a crazy team.
that is
Lamar
so
Odom and Pau Gasol.
yeah,
That's fucking ridiculous.
yeah. So, but when they got those guys, it was like I'm not losing.
Listen, I love Kobe, and you're not gonna hear me bad mouth him.
Yeah,
Kobe's a different kind of dude.
yeah,
Them guys, they have that killer in them,
yeah,
And I think
yeah,
LeBron does too. I just think that he want his team to be killers too. You know what I mean? He like, yo, let's. This is a fucking team game. I can't do it alone. I really can't. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I, I don't think he could
yeah.
in this NBA. And in the NBA that he was in,
Uh huh.
you could say the East was weak, but they had good teams. They had the Sixers before he left Cleveland. They had, the Heat. He had to go up against D Wade. They had them Chicago teams with Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
Uh, there's a couple good teams in the East. Uh, the Pacers, they always were right there with those Jermaine O'Neal teams and Jalen Rose and all them. The West was just stacked the fuck up.
yeah,
Nobody was coming out of the East getting chips
yeah,
until Detroit,
yeah.
and they did
And
it with defense.
yep. Uh, but I guess there's always gonna be a debate between LeBron and
Always,
Jordan.
always. Because now the next time I want to talk about who wins in a one-on-one, but we'll save that for later. I'll
Oh,
let you get your thoughts together.
LeBron James is probably definitely going to win 1-on-1. That's why I think more of the team sport on the impact he have on the teammates as far as 5-on-5. I think Jordan is just more impactful than LeBron. 'Cause I don't think LeBron instilled those type of things on his teammates. Cause it
Oh
almost it
no,
almost
man.
appears it almost appears it's like, all right, you ain't doing this, get the fuck up out of here. It almost
Yeah,
like he's trying
LeBron
to
is
be a
that
general
nigga.
manager. Yeah, he's that nigga, but it's like, nah, like I don't know. It's just
Jordan is the
different.
nigga like, oh yeah, Steve Kerr, pop up.
Uh,
You know what I mean? He gonna punch Steve Kerr in the eye and shit.
exactly. Yeah, you go punch you and just like then hey, 6 championships later or 5 championships
I don't
for
know,
Steve
dog.
Kerr.
But
But it's
you got your championships,
yeah,
but everybody in that Jordan documentary,
uh huh, yeah,
I don't know how his relationships with people are. I don't know.
Yeah, he's basically I think he sacrificed his relationship just to be great.
Look like it.
So that's what it
That's
looked like,
what I'm saying.
And I think LeBron wanted to be friends with everybody, and I think that's why a lot of people probably are not so fond because you don't hear great personal stories about Michael Jordan. You just hear how he was in the game, like he put fear in people's hearts,
He is
on the
fucking
court.
iconic in
LeBron,
every way.
nobody fears LeBron. So these niggas playing.
No,
All right, like,
they be playing with LeBron name and shit.
yeah. So I think that's the reason why. Because I kind of compare it to like anime. Dragon Ball Z, I think it's the greatest anime of all time, only because of the impact it had on the anime world.
Mhm.
Now, other anime can actually be better. Like Naruto made, there's an argument that it can be actually better than Dragon Ball Z. But I think it's the greatest. When I say the greatest, I'm saying like the impact that they had, and the impact they had on the team, the impact they had on, the sport, and same thing with Dragon Ball Z, the impact that they had in the anime world. I believe it's the greatest of all time. It may not be the best,
You
but there's
like
a
the
difference.
icons. You an
Yes,
iconic ass nigga and shit.
yes,
You like the Michael Jacksons. You know what I
yes,
mean? I do
yes.
too.
Like
Don't get me wrong.
yeah, and like Michael Jackson is probably like the greatest entertainer of all time, and you can
I
probably
have no
make that case.
argument. I have
Yeah,
no argument for you there. None.
yeah. So,
None.
but as
That's the
far
only
as like
person that
the
ever made me want to learn a dance.
yeah,
Well, Hammer did too. I can't lie.
oh yeah,
Hammer
Hammer,
did make me want
yeah,
to
yeah,
learn some dance
exactly,
moves and shit.
exactly.
But aside
So,
from them two, that was it.
uh, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So greatest
And
and
see, that's
best is
always the thing.
different.
And then there's always like a light skinned nigga version and a dark skinned nigga version and shit. And LeBron is certainly the light skinned nigga version,
Exactly.
and Jordan is the dark skinned nigga version.
Uh,
That's and so
yeah,
is Kobe.
yeah,
They fall in that dark skinned nigga
yeah.
category.
They do fall in that dark skin category. Yeah.
I feel like myself, like
Mm.
as much as you want to be a dark skinned
Uh,
nigga, sometimes
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
really am a light skinned nigga. You know what I mean? I'm with LeBron and shit. I'm with the Drakes of the world. You know what I
Uh,
mean? Like
yeah, I think it's the opposite for me. Cause like I said, I like those mentalities. Like, nah, and that's how I was gonna be when I was training, playing pro ball. Like, yo, nah, no, we can be cool and all, but right on the court, nah, you ain't my friend today.
yeah. See, and I be trying to be friends with everybody.
Yeah,
Like if I'm playing against you, like
uh-huh,
I'm gonna bust your ass, talk
yeah,
some shit to you in the court. But after this,
uh,
yeah, let's kick it, man. I
yeah,
ain't seen you
yeah.
in a minute. I ain't
Afterwards, we
seen you
can,
since
yeah,
college or whatever and
yeah,
shit.
exactly. Afterwards, we can kick it, but on the court, it's like, yo, we can come close to, throwing blows, but no, we
Oh,
still be
see,
cool afterwards.
even then, I'm not like
Like,
mad at you. Like I'm just
I
trying to
know,
bust your ass and shit. I might get
yeah,
mad.
yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah.
might happen to make me mad. Like
Yeah.
if you talking crazy or
Uh,
you really getting the best of me,
exactly.
now we might have a problem and shit.
Exactly.
But
Then we
that
can get
shit
a
could
little
carry
bit
to off
pissed.
the court. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, because I'm
Yeah.
emotional, and I told
Okay.
you earlier I'm a little bit petty. I'd be
Yeah.
like, nigga, what did you say during the game?
Yeah.
You think this is a fucking game? Huh?
uh, yeah. Yeah. For me, it's opposite. It's like, yeah, yo, that shit was just on the court. If you take it personal, then that's on you.
No, see, you got me
You know.
fucked up, dog. And you was busting my ass too? Hell no. Hell no. Now I got to go to the trunk
uh,
on you because if you Shaq size, we ain't rumbling you.
shit. A white man can't jump. Go to the trunk on your ass.
Yo, for real. Sometimes you ain't got
Shit.
no choice. It's fucked up. You gotta know when to fold them.
Yo, I remember that shit happened when I was playing ball in, the community center I was at, back in my hometown. It was just like two niggas was arguing. And then one dude was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to my trunk. When I come back, ain't nobody better be up in the gym. I was like
Hmm.
looking around, nobody was taking them serious. I was like, well, I guess I hear this shit on the news then. I'm gonna be out this motherfucker. I was like, I'm
For
not
real.
finna fuck around and find out.
And nope, not at all.
Hell no. So I took my ball and I left. I was like, fuck, I am not taking a chance. He may be
I don't
talking
blame
shit,
you.
but I'm not taking that chance.
Because some motherfuckers is crazy. Some motherfuckers ain't trying to fist fight or none of that.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
then I can't blame a fool if it's a David and Goliath situation,
Hmm.
David pulled up with the blicky. He did
Yeah.
not go try to square up with
Nope.
Goliath and shit.
Exactly.
He was
Nope.
like, "No, you about to catch some of this slingshot work and shit.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here."
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man. But hey, there we go. We ended up being talking organically, and went 30 minutes past the time that we thought we were going to go.
We literally
But
can never
that's,
end the episode in an hour, but that's all right. Like you was
yeah,
about to say.
that's good. It's good, it's good for great content, and for the listeners. And I forgot too, we're actually live on Twitch too, so I don't know how many views we got on Twitch. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, but if you don't have anything else, um, you know, if you don't have anything else to add, I guess that's it for us, All right.
Yeah, man, we about this joint. Stay blessed
Yep.
until next time, dog.
Yep. Take care of yourself. Take care of the mentals. Peace out.
Peace.